Hello friends, greetings for the day. We are back here again with looking at the new options this time, and we'll be talking about alignment here. The alignment option on the home tab, the second block, what you can see here is called as alignment. Let's learn what exactly these alignments can help you with to understand what exactly these are meant for. So as you can see, I have got a sample data here where it has got some labels which has got some values. The labels similar to like name, age, gender. So we can basically look at it when we enter a text. By default, it moves to the left side of the cell, whereas when we enter a number, by default it moves to the right side of it. Let us just have a look here. Say I mention Alex as the name and hit enter. It by default moves to the left of it, whereas if I mention a number here and hit enter, by default it moves to the right side of it. Now that's the Excel property, which means the text starts always from the left side of it, where the text should be by default aligned towards left, whereas number being the decimal values or any kind of numerical value representing should be always going to the right, because we add a new number to the right of it. So it's just a common understanding that the text always goes from the left, whereas the numbers are always written on the right. So it's just the common intention of Microsoft to create that value or the default settings. Now we can always customize it using these alignment options, where you find these options on the top, where you can see I have got a left alignment, center, right. Now these three options will allow you to align your text accordingly as you need them. Now in case you prefer to have your borders aligned center, then you just have to select them and then click on the center align button. Now this makes the text in the center of the cell. Now in case you prefer to expand the cell size later, then the alignment follows it. So let's have a look here. Now if I just move it around, I can see that the text is still in the center. Now that's the benefit of orienting it as per your desired orientation or alignment. Now if you wish to have it again back to the left, you can always switch to the left option here and say left. Then you can always move it to the right in case you're interested to have it right. So now you can see that this is how we can do the horizontal alignment of texts as we intend to have it. Now there's another way where we can also align it vertically. So vertically alignment will be done in case you have a bigger size of the cell. To just make it different from the content, maybe you will be increasing the size of the heading cells. Now these cells having more space makes it quite complicated, or maybe not so professional, to understand that alright, so do I have a levels on the right side? Doesn't look so professional. Maybe I can have it somewhere in the center or completely center, vertically as well as horizontally. Now you can always prefer to go with your vertical alignment, where you have the options like top align, middle and bottom. Now these three options will allow you to align a text inside a cell vertically. So let's have a look on this. Now the text in these cells are at bottom. Let's make it middle here, and then this will be the option to make it top. Now this is what you call it as a vertical alignment, where you can have top, middle and bottom. Most professional documents or worksheets will contain these kind of datas in middle and center aligned, which looks more professional and understandable. Even for the values which are mentioned in the table can also be aligned accordingly. Subjected, you make the selection accordingly, you can go with the alignment. Say for example, I would wish to have the names aligned to the left, but the numbers of the age and the gender must be aligned center. So now I must select only those two columns which I would like to align them to center. Now selecting them here, something like this, you can click on the center align and you can have them aligned center. Now there's also a possibility where you might have some kind of totaling or kind of signatory added below the document, which might be a part of printables. So you can always add something here as signature. Now as we see that I've got a word signature here which should be printed at the bottom of it. Now I would prefer to have it aligned with the number. Now that's not possible even if I try to switch it with expansion of the column width and then try to make it center, or maybe make it right, and or maybe try with the left, but I still don't get that alignment with the number what I have it in the above cells. So what I try to do here is I use the option called as indent, where I have two options. One is called as increase indent and the other one is called as decrease indent. Now as you see the orientation of the arrow here on the icons, it will tell you which side the indent will move. Now team, let me just give you an input here. Using your word, if you use tab option there, the tab key on your keyboard basically allows you to shift your line to a certain position once you hit it single time. So similarly here, if you don't wish to add some kind of space bar like space inputs and then want to have it shifted within the cell, then you can go ahead with tab. The reason, in Excel if you press tab it will switch the cells, something like this. So in Excel the tab button basically switches between the cell, whereas in Word, MS Word, it basically shifts to a desired position like certain collection of spaces. So here I can use, to give a tab, I can use increase indent and I can click it as many times as possible I would like to have it. So let me see how many times I get it through. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I've got it here. Let me just reduce a bit, maybe increase a bit. Yes. So now I get it here, which is somewhere aligned or almost aligned to the numbers which are mentioned in that particular cell. Now that's where the indent option is used for. Now if you wish to have it aligned to the right or aligned to the left, you can see the change in the text now. So if you are having your text aligned to the right, use indent again increase, it will go from the right side. Whereas if you have it aligned to the left, again use increase indent, which will align it from the left side. Now decrease indent basically allows you to bring back the text to the initial position or decrease 1 or 2. Say for example I clicked one extra indent here which shifted the text to the right, little more right what we were desiring at, but I can always click on decrease indent to bring it back to one step. So that's the options for increase and decrease indent, which basically replaces your tab option in Excel. Hope you enjoyed the video and definitely learned something new today. Do comment your queries, doubts, clarifications below so that I can get back to you with more details on the same and get it clarified. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel to get latest updates on the new videos about basic Excel and advanced. To get notified, do not forget to click on the bell icon. Thank you team for watching the video. Happy learning.